Good morning. Today is gonna be an exciting day because I get to go out for like 5 minutes to do my second PCR test while I'm here and my third within a week. But yeah. And by the way, if you're watching this video to find out how to get to Thailand during like this pandemic, what documents you need, like how it like works with quarantine, etc. This is not the video for you. This is not like an informational video on like how to do it. This is just me being in here vlogging. I will say, obviously I will give out some information and answer some questions, but if you're looking for like proper information, please visit the website of the embassy, the Thai embassy in your country, or other videos or websites. With that being said, I think Teddy and I need to drink some coffee first because yeah, we're clearly still tired AF. Hello people, actually I already filmed this part on the day I shot the video, but it was like all over the place and the German part was super blurry, so this time I made a list and we're here again. I have to say that like right now I kind of have MS symptoms, like the side feels weird and brain fog and coordination problems and but I also like I did something very emotional today in terms of like me letting go of something, and when I do or feel very emotional or very emotional stuff, I usually have those MS symptoms. Plus I did a workout where like it was heavy on the arm, and so I don't know if it's like one of these things or everything combined, but I think it's everything combined. However, I did want to do this video because I thought about like what brings me joy right now, and this does, so here we are. So without further ado, let's do this. Sorry, I'm slurring a little bit, right? That's MS. Anywho, hi, I'm in Bangkok. I'm in quarantine. I have to stay here for 2 weeks. I won't be talking about like every single step you have to do in order to be able to come to Thailand. This is not an how-to. I'm sure there are other videos on this platform you can check out for those, or better check the Thai embassy in your country for information. But since I actually already said all of this, let's start. So I made this decision to come back here in April. So I started preparing, like I needed to get a new passport. And one of the things you have to have in order to be able to come in is you have to have a COVID, like a health insurance, which covers COVID up to 100,000 US dollars. Obviously, the insurance itself doesn't cost that much because otherwise I wouldn't be here. But you have to have that. And there are different companies which are offering that you can find on the internet. Another thing you have to have is the COE, the Certificate of Entry, and you have to apply for that online in order to be allowed to enter the country, and you have to upload a bunch of documents. But then again, the website of your local Thai embassy is where you need to go for information. Another thing you have to have, even though you're vaccinated, and keep in mind I'm filming this video in August of 2021, is a quarantine hotel. There is a program right now in Phuket where fully vaccinated people can fly in and I think roam around the island freely. However, I think you do have to stay in a certain hotel or facility, but I have no clue about this program. I never intended to do it. So if you want information on that, please do your research. There are a lot of websites where you can find ASQ hotels, quarantine hotels with like different packages. So I emailed a bunch of them because there were or there are some things I needed to have. Like I wanted to have a big balcony and access from day one, because sometimes I was only allowed, in some hotels I would have been only allowed to go on the balcony from day whatever after a negative test, because I also have to do 3 PCR tests while I'm here in quarantine. Or I would have a balcony, but I would be only allowed to open the door for like 20 centimeters. Seeing everything basically. So I chose the one I'm currently in. Obviously, I will not disclose which one it is for now, because I'm too paranoid to do that while I'm still here, but I will link it down below once I'm out, or tell you in the next video. This one is one of the cheaper options. Also, I got a special discount and I have to pay for it myself. So I spend this much on the hotel and this is included in the package. I will explain more about that later in the video. First I have to check my list. So once I've got every single document, I went to Frankfurt because I flew with Lufthansa from Frankfurt. It's a direct flight. And before boarding they already checked documents. Actually there was one person who apparently didn't have one thing. I couldn't hear what was missing. I kind of tried to listen, but also tried not to listen. But I wanted to listen because I was afraid that I also don't have that, and I was like, I don't know what it was, but he got sent away. I don't know what happened with him. I hope he made it eventually, but yeah. I've never seen a plane so empty. We were, I'm not kidding, like maybe 50 people. I had a whole row of 4 seats to myself, which was so weird. And then in Bangkok, you couldn't just go through the airport like usual. There are different stations for different documents. So when I got out of the plane, like all of us, like 50 people, less than 50 people, there were, along the way, there were already people waiting for us in like full protection gear to check documents and to measure the fever. Like there were different stations, as I said, for different documents. So once I got stamped in at immigration, I picked up my suitcase and went to the exit. There was already a person waiting for me from my quarantine hotel, or working with it. She checked documents. She was so sweet. We like communicated in English and in Thai, and she was adorable. She then brought me outside to my driver. My driver was also in full protection gear, and between us there was like a plastic thing for protection. When we came to the hotel, 2 people were already waiting for me, also in full protection gear. I had to step into like a bowl of like a liquid, I think it was disinfection liquid, and then put plastic covers over my shoes. Then then they measured my fever, and then I had to disinfect my hands as well. And then I went on to the other person. She checked documents and explained to me like how it works. So as I said, I have to do 3 PCR tests during my stay here. That's the only time I'm allowed to leave my room. A person will knock on my door in full protection gear, will pick me up, bring me up, and then bring me back to my room. Escorted basically. We are communicating through Line. Line is like kind of like a WhatsApp, a messenger, and it's primarily used here in Thailand, or I think throughout Asia. I added the hotel as my friend and also the nurse as my friend. So I have to measure my temperature twice a day to at like a certain time, and then send a picture of the thermometer or just the temperature itself to the nurse. Every evening the hotel sends me like a link to like a Google Doc kind of thing where they have the menu, like breakfast, lunch and dinner, and I can choose out of like 4 to 5 options what I want to eat the next day. They do have 1 vegetarian option for each meal, and there are also hotels where you can order vegan food, but that wasn't necessary for me, so I didn't choose that. In my room there are already trash bags and cutlery and a sponge and soap, so I can clean my cutlery after every meal. So I only have to use 1 set of like spoon and fork. The meals come in plastic boxes, unfortunately, and I have to dispose them for every single meal. Also, I'm always ordering, that's also a good thing. Here in this hotel, you can order from 7-Eleven. You can just let them know what you want, and they will bring it to you. They charge a service fee, like 10%, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that they're doing it. Like every morning, I'm getting my big iced Americano, no sugar from 7-Eleven, and I'm utterly, tremendously grateful for that. However, it is a lot of plastic, so I really want to pay attention to my plastic use once I'm out here and reduce it as much as possible. The meal size is completely fine. However, I'm at a point of my cycle right now where I'm getting like munchy in the evening, so I'm extra grateful for 7-Eleven delivery service or that they go and get stuff for me at 7-Eleven. I don't want to be always like, oh, can I get me this and get me that? So when I'm craving something, I will think about it like the whole day, and then in the evening when I tell them, oh, and my usual iced Americano, I will say like, can I also please get this and this and that? So they only have to go once. I would love to get it myself, but I'm not allowed to. The Wi-Fi is okay, I would say, but I do have my SIM card. I have 2 SIM cards on my phone. My friend topped up my SIM card before I arrived here, so I have 1 month of unlimited Wi-Fi for like 320 baht, which is very helpful for me, and also because of work. I think this is it for now. I am already talking for such a long time. If I forgot something very important, I will either leave a comment under this video or just like blend it in here somewhere. And yeah, let's get on with my day. My AC is leaking. It has been leaking on the first day when I arrived actually, and just like right now I just dropped them a message online, and within like a minute they responded and they're sending people to fix it. So service on point. Turns out the AC was like unfixable, so it needs to be changed, but they can only do that tomorrow, and they said it will take a while, so they offered me a new room. So here I am in my new room. It does look the same. It's just like across the hall basically. The chairs are red now instead of green, and the picture is snow, like a snow scenery kind of thing. Yeah, so anyway, here I am now. Let's start unpacking.